Hello, this is Dan Fashionbauer from Video Pizzazz. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to create a bridge landing page using GroovePages and then connect your landing page to an Aweber autoresponder. All right, so let's go over to our GrooveFunnels back office area. Come down here and select GroovePages. All right, and I'll click on New Site. Now you can either start with a blank slate or you can use an existing template here. If you see something you like, you could use one of these. Or what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out with a blank template here. And then I'm going to click on blocks. And there's pre-made design blocks and there's wireframe blocks. So under wireframes, I could select sign up form here. And here are a bunch of opt-in sign-up forms. Or I could select designed blocks, come down here to forms, and let's see, what if I grab this guy here and slide it over here? So I think I'll start with this block here. It already has a background. And basically this is what I'm going to want anyway for my opt-in form. All I want to do is collect an email and then have a subscribe button. Now here's your background. Now if you want to change that, you can just click on it, and I would suggest clicking on expert mode here, and then you can change the transparency of it. You can click on background and you'll see the background image here which matches this. You can upload a different background image if you prefer. And you'll see here that this current image is 1200 by 373 pixels. Now you want to keep that in mind because some images you upload will be 6000 here pixels large. That's too big. So you want to stick around 1200. There's no reason to have it any bigger than that. It's just going to really slow down your landing page. So if you want to make sure that this background here is the full width and height, in the background section here you click on cover. So if you click on cover twice, you can see that it changes sizing for you. So you can decide which size you want and leave it there. Now if you want to center align it, you just click on this icon here in the center. Now you'll see the background isn't filling up the whole page here. So we want to come down here and expand sizing. For the height here, use the pull down and go all the way down to the bottom and click on screen. And then that fills up the whole screen area for you. So now if you look at all your different devices here, it'll fill up the screen for all the different size devices. So for my particular use today, I'm not going to put anything in right here. So I'm just going to select that, come up here and hit the trash can, click on confirm, and then that area is gone. So now I want to change this headline text. So I can click on it to select it. I can come up here and hit the text icon, or I can triple click in here and select it all and then paste in the replacement text that I want to put in there. I want to give you a free software worth $99 per month. Always save your work, so click on save. Alright, so now I want to change this text here. So click on it to select it. And then your text editing box comes up here. Come down here and expand the text field. Scroll down here. So for font, I'm going to change it to Roboto. Alright, so I'm going to do the same thing with the button. So I'm going to select this, come over here to text. For font, I'm going to select Roboto. Slide the size bar here and make it bigger. And by making it bigger, it bumps it down underneath the email field. Now, if you wanted to change this background here so it was more see-through or change the opacity, you want to select that container. Once this container is selected, you can expand background and you could make the color white, and then you can use this slider to change the transparency of it. So that's how you would do that. But I think I'm just going to leave it as black. So I'll go back to black, and I could play around with the opacity here too and allow some of the background to show through. And maybe I will. Maybe I'll leave it like something like that. Well, maybe let's see a little bit more. Maybe something like that. There's some other text I could put in here. So if I select this again, triple click that, Control V, replace it, pop out here, grab that again and slide that a little bit bigger. All right, so we want this form to say enter your best email. So we'll click on the email field here so that it highlights, and then click on configure. It says email here as your input. For input ID over here, you want to put in email, all lowercase. And then the input name, I also want to be email. The input ID and the input name are important when communicating with your Aweber autoresponder. And a lot of times if you use uppercase, it will not work. So make sure that it says email, all lowercase for both input ID and input name. Now for the input placeholder, that's the text that's going to be displayed here. So instead of email, I'm going to take this out of here and I'm going to put in enter your best email. And then I'm going to check the add validation rules. And what that means is that this input type email, that has to be filled in or otherwise the form will not work. All right, and we're going to click this. Input cannot be empty. So they have to put something in here in order to subscribe. So click on update, then click on update one more time, click on save. All right, and so now it says enter your best email. So now if you want to increase the size of this enter field box, we'll select it, make sure there's a green box around it, and then use the pull down here for sizing, and we can stretch that out here. Let's make it 5/6. So what this is saying is it's 5/6 the width of this blue area here. All right, so we're going to make the background of this button yellow. So we'll select it so the green highlight comes on around it. Click on background, click here, and then hover over one of the colors and you'll see you get different gradients of the color. Hover over this, make it yellow, and then come up here to text, and let's change this to black. Let's make this text, we're going to make this Roboto. Okay, it is. Now if you want rounded corners, you can select this, click on borders, and then under corners here, you can slide this back and forth and you can make a rounded corner like so. Now if you want to increase the size of this button here, we would select it, sizing. So then for the width, we can use the pull down here and we can select pixels and then just move the slider out here. Now if you want to change what it says here, we'll select this button again so it's green, click on configure. So for the button text here, I'll put in prove it, leave the button action at submit, click on update, and it changed right here. Click on save to save our changes. All right, so now we're going to actually connect the email input field and the button with our Aweber autoresponder campaign. So select the input field form, so you get it green around here. Then come up here and click on configure. So we make sure that the input ID is email, the input name is email, and then our input placeholder, it says enter your best email right here. And we should have add validation rules for the input type email. Click here to input cannot be empty. Click on update and select the button. Click on configure. The button text says prove it and the button action is submit. All right, click on update. Click on save. All right, so now if you come down here, you'll see form container. If you select that, it puts a green rectangle around both the input field and the button. Then come over here and click on configure, and now you can integrate it with your Aweber campaign. So the form action is going to be an integration. And what are we going to integrate with? We're going to integrate it with Aweber. So as soon as you select Aweber, GroovePages uses the API and connects with Aweber, and it says, okay, give me all your lists. So now we can use the pull down here and see all our lists, and I can see a list that I previously made called GrooveDigital. Then it says, thank you, redirect link. You can redirect it nowhere, or you can redirect it to another Groove page, or a block within inside of Groove page, or a URL, or a pop-up. In my case, I want to send it to a URL. I want to send it to my Groove page affiliate link. So I'll select URL, and then it's going to ask me what URL do I want. So what you could do is right-click here and say open in a new tab, and then go to Groove Affiliate Program, scroll down to where it says links, click on that, and then grab one of these affiliate links. So I'm just going to say copy this, come back over here, and then in the URL, I'm going to paste in that affiliate link, and then click on update. So now what's going to happen is when somebody puts in their email address here and they click on prove it, that email address will automatically go into my Aweber list called GrooveDigital, and then it will get redirected to my GroovePages affiliate link. Now, I have some tracking software set up for this affiliate URL, so I'm going to replace this with my tracking link URL. Click on update, click on save. So now I want to create a hover effect over this button so that when I move my cursor over it, it actually changes the color tone of this button. So select the button, make sure that it's green around here, and it should say form submit. And then for states, you want hover, and then go to the background, and then choose the pull down here. We want a little bit darker yellow, so select that, then click on save. And now you'll see that when you hover over it, it actually changes color, letting your prospects know that this button is actually working. All right, so you're done with your bridge landing page for promoting GrooveFunnels. So then you can come up here under Publish and use the pull down. Now you can either host your landing page with GroovePages in a subdomain, or you can purchase a domain and link up this page with your new domain name. If you're going to link your landing page with a custom domain, you have to go into your domain name provider and add a CNAME record of host10.groovepages.com. But if you're just going to host it with GroovePages, all you need to do is choose a subdomain name that will go right in here. So whatever you put here for choose name, it'll be replaced in this subdomain. So for instance, if I chose Dan, it would be dan.groovepages.com. All right, so that wraps up this video of how to create a bridge landing page using GroovePages and Aweber. I hope you found that useful, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.